Day 3 of Rwanda has come to a close, and started off with us doing an amazing cycle, 50 miles. This really one big hill in between, lots of small rolling hills, but absolutely gorgeous place to cycle and come and see. And police were absolutely brilliant, closed some of the roads for us and kept us safe, which is great. And the community along the road were clapping us along, and just really friendly people. Just one other thing you notice about Kigali is that there's no litter anywhere. Very clean place. Again, lovely people. So after the cycle, we ended up in a place called Murundi, the east part of Kigali, and visit some of Tier Fund's projects. This is projects that they sponsor, give money to, and again, some amazing stories of people living in abject poverty. I mean, listen, the main roads of Kigali are very good, but all the side roads are all made up of dirt tracks, and that you only get to with a 4x4. People only recently got electricity to where they lived, and we spent the afternoon listening to amazingly inspirational stories of people telling us that before they got involved in projects that Tier Fund and their partners run, they had nothing, no confidence. They stayed in their houses. They were fearful of their children's future because they didn't have money to pay for healthcare, for example, which we take for granted. And through Tier Fund and their partners, they were able to get loans, and these loans were enabled them to start a small business, and people run different businesses. And when they got the loan and they earned some money, they were able to pay for healthcare. One lady told us a story about she got a loan and she was able to build a kitchen in her house, and that kitchen enabled her to live sustainably, but also start her own business. One lady bought a goat, and that goat helped produce milk, and sold the milk and sold the other stuff that she received, and again was able to build a better life for herself and her family. And especially, a lot of stories of people being able to pay for healthcare, because without that healthcare, their children would just die. Amazing inspirational stories, and I've posted some pictures online. You can have a look at those. Murundi is also one of the places where it saw one of the largest killings during the genocide. And again, just because of my experience yesterday, I questioned one of our guides about the genocide, and my question was, why did people forgive? Why did they forgive? Why couldn't they just take revenge? And my guide was almost a bit, how could you ask that question? And I kind of gently pushed a little bit more, and a guide sensitively said to me, what other choice do people have but to forgive? Because if they didn't forgive, they would just be like the perpetrators. And he went on to explain a little bit more about people's view of forgiveness. And forgiveness is not only something that you offer someone as a blessing, because you see them as different, but also you offer forgiveness as a blessing because you know that it's a gift from God, so you give it to somebody else. And then we talked about the extent of the forgiveness. And don't get me wrong, there are folks still in jail because they perpetrated terrible crimes because of genocide. But I think what struck me is that these folk have nothing. And they could be angry and cross because of what they have or don't have. But they have something more because they understand that things like forgiveness is a blessing that actually makes your life better and not worse. That even though it's hard and difficult, when you offer forgiveness, you give your hurt away almost. You say that there's someone else who will help me heal from the pain, and they will really believe it. And I mean, these people are happy. You know, yes, they're poor. Yes, they have nothing. Um, you know, we live in the West, have so much resources to buy loads of goods and stuff. You know, and I wonder sometimes, do we think about the goods and the stuff more than the blessings we could receive from God? Um, do we place more blessings in that? Do we want our goods first before we want to give blessing? Where these folk seem to live life very simply and ask and live out the blessing of, I'm going to give you forgiveness because I know it'll give you joy and it'll give me joy. And that joy is really the only thing that happens or means anything. So, yeah, good day. And again, just an amazing work that Tear Fund is doing. And again, thanks for all those people who supported me and gave me money for this trip. Tomorrow, shorter cycle, only about 40 miles. We're told that it's Rwandan hills, which means I think it's not too hilly. And then again to visit some more projects that Tear Fund take part in. Thanks.